¿Estás ahí, señor Brown? Es que me quedé platicando con Manny. Estábamos platicando intensamente y de pronto fue de, la madre, pues ya son las 3. Ni siquiera estábamos jugando, solo estábamos ahí. Estábamos hablando, estábamos hablando de música y de recuerdos y de su país y de México, de cantantes de su país, de cantantes mexicanos. Estuvo bueno, muy entretenido. Años de Guatemala. Sí. Entonces estuvimos hablando de esas cuestiones. ¿A poco? ¿Cómo la conociste a ella? ¿Por el Fortnite? ¿A qué idiota soy? Por andar preguntándote. Sí puedes algún día, ¿eh?
You're not gonna like this.
Tal vez algún día se pueda y la vas a ver. Pero chévere.
That hurt it.
Ya estoy casi en las últimas misiones, bro. Ah, qué triste. Así es la vida, bro. A veces ni con la gente que está cerca puedes terminar bien o estar con ella. Entonces, ni te mortifiques. Puedes pasar una vida sin encontrar a nadie o encontrando a alguien y luego que no esté. Entonces, ni te presiones, ni te mortifiques, ni busques. Tú solo disfruta las pequeñas cosas. Las pequeñas cosas que luego son las grandes cosas. Las cosas más triviales que luego se vuelven las cosas importantes. Es una ironía, pero así es la vida. ¿Cómo te vas a enamorar de alguien mayor de edad si tú eres un niño? O sea, sí lo entiendo, pero no lo entiendo. Hay cosas que los adultos hacen que tú todavía no haces. Hay problemas de adultos que tú todavía no tienes. Debes de ir viviendo tu edad. No digo que no te gusten las niñas ni que no te gusten grandes, pero tampoco tan grandes. Cuando uno crece, la diferencia de edad ya no se vuelve tan importante, pero cuando eres tan pequeño como tú, sí. Ya llega un punto, después de los 20 años, todos tenemos la misma edad. Hola, señor Hugo, ¿cómo está? ¿Tiene hambre? Yo también. Ahí vas. No empieces de tóxico, bro. Muy tranquilo, tú empiezas con tus cosas, pinche, bro. Ah, así pasa, bro. No, pues descansa, bro, descansa. Que la fuerza te acompañe. Yo difícilmente dormiré, pero tú que puedes, disfruta tu sueño. Órale, estás despierto, murrurraga. Digo, murrugarra. Digo, garra, garrudo. ¿Y esos perros que se van a quedar ahí? Allá bajé y ya van a venir. Pinches perros
Low
que
and
son.
quiet does it.
Y ahora sí se van a dejar venir. Esta perra, ese perro, ¿no? Eso sí, que hay un camino que probablemente. No entiendo por qué pasa eso. Mejor no hay plata. A ver, espera, espera. Es que sí, ya oí, mira. Es que no traía los audífonos. Mea culpa. Ah, ya se murió. Ja, ja, ja. Más que hubieran sido. Ahora nomás sin explosiones. Ah, este está bien perrísimo. Qué bueno que estaba bien muerto. Yo creo que... ¿A qué hora nos fuimos ayer? Espera, espera, Brom. Voy a contestar un mensaje. Ay, pues sí, Brom. Digo, no debes de llorar. Estabas muy, muy lejos. De hecho, fue mejor para ti, así no sufriste. Digo, Digo, yo sé que no lo ves así, pero así no sufriste, porque ¿cuándo lo ibas a ver?
Good for an old remedy.
¿Cuándo te lo ibas a encontrar? ¿Dónde la ibas a ver? Imagínate. Si uno siendo adulto funcional, luego no tiene tiempo para andar yendo a ver a su novia, porque tiene muchas cuestiones. Entonces, te iba a ir peor, te iba a ir peor. Pero bueno, pues sí, pero de aquí a que ahorras, eres un niño, ¿cuántos años tienes? Ni siquiera puedes viajar solo.
Save these for the trail.
Getting close now. Head for that ridge.
Imagínate, pero imagínate que tu carnal le gustara la morra por llevártelo a él, porque es más de su edad que tú. Entonces no, yo te recomendaría fijarte en chicas de tu edad. Si no, luego vas a
The
sufrir
tall
mucho.
neck's just over this ridge. You'll see it when you reach the top. Now be ready to act fast. You need to get in and get it done
Qué
before they
bravo.
raise an alarm.
Ay, che, bro, te digo que me hace reír muchas veces.
Here we go.
Ay, pinche bro.
You getting this? I see the legs of a tall neck down there, but no tall neck.
Damn. The transmitter's been moved. Check down the ravine to the left. Only place it could be.
So much for your insider knowledge. Toward the explosions. Great.
You've got exactly one shot at this, Aloy, so spare the sarcasm and make it count. You see that bridge over the ravine?
Yep.
Memorize its location. There's a rappel point on the side. That'll be your way out.
And these Eclipse troopers?
Avoid them or kill them, your choice. The blasting should cover any noise you make. Find the tall neck and destroy the module on top.
Here we go.
Transform from a gentle machine into a monster. That is the power of shadow.
O sea que vas a matar a toda la familia o cómo? No me espantes, bro.
My fingers to the bone if it means we can retake our home.
En algún punto de la vida va a pasar, bro. Pero esperemos no sea tan pronto ni tan cerca. Sea en algunos años cuando ya lo puedas asimilar menos mal. Digo, nunca se asimila, pero que no sufras tanto.
I'm keeping my spear sharp for the purpose. I will not forget how they drove me from my home.
Exactamente, pero entre menos pronto sea, mejor.
They're still
Might have a
working.
man down.
Uy, se murió. Bueno, pues no. Y si la conociste, no vaya a hacer la foto y vaya a ser un hombre.
The stronger we grow. I'll find your stomach soon.
Sí hay, no todas son iguales. Bueno, yo he conocido muchas mujeres bonitas en mi vida, ¿verdad? Gracias al cielo,
Okay, the signal's getting close.
o a mi suerte, he conocido muchas muy bellas, y tiernas y chéveres, y otras no tan chéveres. Míralo. Míralo, qué loquillo es este hombre. quien lo viera. Pero, pues difícilmente. Ay, no veo nada. ¿Quién es el mayor? ¿La mayor?
That shelter. It's bigger than the others.
Find the tall neck, Aloy. There's no time to poke around.
There is if I make time.
Needless to say, we taught him the error of his ways. Company!
Cállate.
Die, apostate!
Ay, 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 ese no lo vi.
Get her!
Ah,
Get eyes on him!
Search the shadow.
uy, hubieras nacido león.
Is there fighting up ahead?
No. It's a mining operation. So long as you're quick, it won't affect you.
Oh good, another secret.
¿Y en México no hay nadie? No hay nadie que digas, ah, eso, quiero eso en mí. Quiero eso en mi casa.
What is this place?
Quiero eso de amistad.
There are several data points.
Mira.
So long as King Itamen languishes at Sunfall, coddled by his mother, he will never learn the true lessons of the sun. I have tried to instruct him, but the shadow of his mother's influence is upon him. I took him to the palace balcony to behold an offering of sacrifice in the ring, but he showed no thirst for it.
Ah, pues entonces
He
no
averted
pasa
his
nada.
gaze. Look to the sun, I told him. Do not shield your eyes. In all things, it is absolute. One day, it nurtures life, and the next, scorches life away. It burns the skin of champions and wretches alike. Never does the sun show pity. That is the example a Sun King must follow. The example of your father. But before my instruction could take hold, she was there, clutching him to her robes, burying his face against her breast.
Espérame, bro. Me estoy poniendo la atención a lo que
How
están
is a
diciendo.
king to rule when he cannot even
Es
see?
parte del guión de del juego y si me lo pierdo ya no voy a entender y ya llevo mucho pinche juego para no entender el final.
My lord, the 13th king of the Karja Sundom was murdered. Cut down by cowards who mistook firm rule for madness. Ever the strong are beset upon by the weak. So he said, as the traitors launched their assault. As their cannons forged by Oseram filth toppled the battlements and burst the gates. I would have fought to the end. But it was his will, the will of the sun, that I lead the prince and queen into the west, to safety. My lord did not hesitate. He saw his fate. He looked into the sun, and he did not blink. With me, he sent kestrels, nobles, sun priests, and slaves. Killing all that stood in the way, I carved a path to Sunfall. There, we joined others to gather the strength to take back our home. But our strength only faded, until the buried shadow was brought to light. When I first set eyes on the buried shadow, I trembled. Was I not the chosen of the sun? A blazing light of faith to shred and scatter darkness? Was it not my place to destroy this devil? But High Priest Bahava
Pero está en
instructed me
Colombia,
in the
¿no dices?
prophecy and set right my frame of mind. The murder of the true Sun King broke the cosmic cycle short of completion. The whole world cast into darkness, doomed. To resume and turn the wheel of time would require more than sun and faith. All forces must combine, all halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun,
Órale, ¿de
night
qué
to
trabajas,
day.
Brabón?
Even a buried shadow wants the wheel to turn. For without a sun in the sky, there can be no shadow.
Míralo.
Never
¿De
does
qué
the sun
laboras?
show pity. And yet, when my wife died in birthing, and in dying into the life of my child unborn, I pitied myself.
Ah, míralo.
My lord sensed this.
O sea que vende
But
salitas.
instead
Ah,
of
qué
casting me
sabroso.
down for weakness, he
Ya hasta me
cast
dio hambre.
upon me a
Ah.
radiant beam of honor. He ordered my kin buried in the sacred caves reserved for royals and heroes. Unimaginable. Never again would I doubt that I am the chosen of the sun. Never again would pity find a place in me. Not for myself or another.
¿No te gustan las alitas? Por eso, son negocio. No hay quien se las ande
When sleep
comiendo.
refuses to
Yo no
come,
podría vender alitas.
I think of our wedding night. How you welcomed me to the marital bed. How after, when you fell asleep, I lay there watching your delicate face. For all its beauty, I detested its fragility. A rage swelled up inside me. I abhorred that bed. How its softness threatened to swallow us up. And that room, the stench of incense, the fine embroidery of the drapes, all of it weak. I slipped from the bed, threw open the casement, and lay naked on the stone floor, determined to spurn all seductions of comfort. But when I woke the next morning, you lay beside me, naked as I in the cold. Your body, stretched beside mine, seemed chiseled from stone. I saw you wake, instantly alert, like an animal ready to strike. You said nothing. You did not have to. Already you had shown me beyond doubt that we were meant to be. Every morning, I wake to the same nightmare. The same reality.
Ah, mira.
Holy Meridian, in the hands of profligates.
Y le va bien, supongo, porque
Debased. The spire,
se compra
towering above
consolas
the horizon like
constantemente.
in a glittering spike through the center of my mind. Every daybreak in exile is a mark of failure, but the count of days runs thin. I will see Meridian retaken, the profligates slaughtered, a true king restored to the Mesa throne. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy.
Sí, así son los negocios, bro. No siempre va bien.
Did it.
Ah, y por eso ya te acostumbraste a
He's a
dormir
fanatic,
tarde,
all
porque
right.
te toca
Single-minded.
ser parte del
It
business.
gives him a focus that you seem to lack. Now how about finding that tall neck?
Would not have been easy to drag the tall neck down this path. Why bother?
Just find it and get to the top. Destroy the module and then get out fast as you can.
Sure is a lot of blasting up there. Sounds busy.
Busy enough not to notice you, let's hope.
I see it. They've built some kind of structure around it.
Climb it. The sooner this is done, the better.
I don't like this. It feels wrong.
Everything here is wrong. Just get to the module and destroy it.
Siento que lo van a explotar y me van a explotar con él y va a hacerse un pinche pedo y sabían que yo venía. Lo veo venir, lo veo venir.
I see the module.
Good. Now be quick.
This is Hades?
Aloy, this is not the time.
Fuck that shit.
A metal devil.
Open the module's casing, now. Aloy, do as I say or all is lost.
Ahora. Ah, nomás voy a pelear contra ese.
Entity has come here. Entity miscalculated. Entity cannot destroy me. I am beyond its reach.
Maybe you are. But this isn't!
Destroy the entity.
Oh, no puede ser.
Keep moving or you'll die.
A la puti mierda.
Are you kidding me?
Keep moving.
Yeah, you think? What do you think I'm doing? Taking a nap?
Ah, iba todo tan bien. Iba todo relativamente bien. Hasta que todo se puso relativamente mal.
Keep running. Keep moving.
This looks easy.
Keep moving.
Yeah, you think? What do you think I'm doing? Taking a nap?
Ah, pendejo otra vez.
Keep moving or you'll die.
No way.
Keep moving.
Yeah, you think? What do you think I'm doing? Taking a nap?
Ay, la puti mierda.
Almost out of it. What?
Míralos, míralos.
Run, don't fight.
Come on.
Head left towards the camp.
Got it. Almost there.
The whole base is on high alert.
Yeah, I noticed.
Keep moving. More eclipse across the ravine.
Bridge in sight.
That's the way out.
I know.
Debía de correr. Debía de destruir. Es que esa cosa roja es como la maldad. Bueno, todos son máquinas, no sé si te acuerdas. Entonces, el virus, bueno, el que destruyó a la humanidad en el pasado es esa cosa roja. Porque la máquina se vuelve más maldita y se va haciendo cada vez más fuerte y destruye a los humanos. La cuestión es pararlo y que no destruya todo lo que queda de humanidad. Porque lo que va a hacer, si se expande ese virus, toda la selvita y toda la gente se va a volver un planeta de metal. O sea, todo va a ser cibernético para pronto.
Rough going, but you survived.
You knew Hades was there and you sent me to him?
I won't deny I risked your life, but it was the only way. Now, with the focus network down, we can both get what we want. Access to the secrets of Zero Dawn.
I'm past trusting you with secrets.
Good. That means you're wising up. Trust is for fools. It shifts and crumbles like sand. A poor foundation for any partnership. But mutual self-interest. Now that is a solid bedrock
pasó,
upon which
Robin?
you and I might build a new science of understanding.
¿Qué pasó, señor Leonel?
We both need answers, Aloy. And thanks to you, we're on the verge of grasping them. Let's unfold. We'll speak again.
You miserable... Damn him. If I could toss this focus and be rid of you, Silence, I would. But we both know I need it. Sunfall it is. And Zero Dawn.
Uy, qué bueno, ya voy a esta misión. O tengo otras más cerca, a ver. 4000, 4000, 2000. Órale, no sabía eso, bro. Eso es nuevo para mí. Qué loco. Gracias. Le dijiste que... Ay, ese es un error, bro. Siempre que le dices a una mujer que te gusta, debes de estar consciente. Te lo digo como secreto y como enseñanza de vida. Debe estar consciente que le va a decir a su amiga, a su otra amiga, a su amiga la que enjuicia, a su amiga la que apoya, su amiga a la que le caes bien, su amiga a la que le caes mal. Todas las amigas que tenga se van a
So
enterar
much
de
for
que
being
tú
careful.
se van a enterar de que tú le dijiste que te gusta. Y dependiendo si tú les caes bien o les caes mal o si no te conocen y lo que ella les ha contado de ti, ella decidirá si te sigue o no te sigue la corriente. Pero siempre va a ser así la vida, así que ni te preocupes, bro. Bueno, ahora sí que más bien hazte a la idea de que va a ser así. Siempre que le digas a una mujer que te gusta o que la quieres o lo que sea, ella ya le contó a sus amigas y sus amigas ya saben más de ti que tú siquiera sabes que existen o no. Porque así es.
This'll last.
No se trata de nervios, más bien es así y así tienes que acostumbrarte. Un amarre. ¿Funcionan los amarres, Zuko? Voy a hacerle un amarre. No, yo le voy a estar haciendo un amarre a nadie. Dirían, soy bonito. No, no soy bonito, soy un viejito rostro. Soy un viejito que cae bien, más bien. Soy un viejito que cae bien. Yo podría estar con él, con quien él quiera. Entonces, ni me preocupo ni me azoto. Se lo pierden. Quien no está conmigo, se lo pierde por chava. Pero así es, bro, así que hasta la idea. Siempre es así. Ya cuando las mujeres son más grandes, pues sí, ya no le andan preguntando a sus amigas, porque luego se van quedando sin amigas. Pero generalmente si tienen amigas, ya te enjuiciaron. Ya te midieron. ¿Ya subiste foto de tu cara y eso, Zuko?
My mount can't find its footing on these slopes.
¿Qué te pasó? Digo, no me molesta, ahorita la veo, pero ¿qué te llevó? ¿Tienes 10? A la puti mierda, ¿dónde estoy ahora? ¿Qué hago aquí? Ah, no mames, me está mandando del otro lado del mundo. Lo feo que estoy re feo. Sí, exactamente. Estoy feo, pero caigo bien. Creo. A veces. Va a tener 17.
Now they're hunting me.
Ahí no vamos a llegar, ¿verdad? Ah, no, vámonos corriendo. Ya ves. Aquí que se me salió ahorita un pinche monstruote de aquí. Ay, pinche montura gay. Ya me voy, quédate ahí. Mientras no me salga un monstruo de aquí. Ah, mira. Ah, no le puedo disparar. ¿De qué sirve estar aquí si no les puedo disparar? Ahora. Sí, bro. Tan joven y diciendo esas cosas. Chiquito. Chiquito pero bien violento, dices. Sí, a ver si alcanza a subir. Si no, voy a tener que hacer lo que no querría hacer. Mira, voy a tratar de llegar aquí. Se quedaron dormidos estos pobres muchachos. Tan ternuditos. Ay, la puti mierda, ¿qué fue eso? Mira, ya atravesó. Descansa, pequeño Zuckerberg. Sí pasó. Convenientemente para la trama. Es una sirena con cuernos. Pero no es un animal, es un robot. Es un robot que tiene forma de animal, pero no deja de ser un robot. Ah, mira, patea. Ah, mira, qué suave.
Tough, but I'm used to it.
Me acabo de dar cuenta que hace eso. Oh, mira, de lo que uno se entera. Ya que voy a acabar el juego, me entero que patea. Ay, una liebre, no quiero hacerlo. qué? Pues no, no sabía que pateaba. Así es, bro. Así es, justo como lo acabas de decir. Pues es que lo que hacía era apuntar con este arco, mira. Mira como, justo como en el Fortnite, igualito. Eso, así. Así soy de buenardo con los arcos en el Fortnite. Ay, maté al conejito. Ella es tímida. Muy tímida, súper tímida. Ultra tímida.
Someone else for the trail.
Órale. Uy. No, yo no quería, olvídenlo. Ay, esos son re locos.
Off I go.
No, se cancela, olvídenlo. ¿Y cómo la conociste? Bueno, en el Free Fire. ¿Y cómo le hiciste para conocerla? Digo, ya sé que es tímida, pero ¿cómo? ¿Cómo?
Shadow into sun. Our time will come.
¿Así la conociste o así le hiciste hablar? ¿Dónde estás, mi cornudo favorito? O sea que tú eras un baby recién nacido.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Carja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Pues sí, yo tenía 8 años. ¿Cuántos años te lleva? A ver. Eras un bebecito. Y le decías, quiero leche. Quiero leche a Cucutada, le decías. Jaime Duende. Jaime. Jaime quiere oveja y leche. Oh, pues no le hacías así. Este bebé quiere leche. En el estuche de la felicidad.
Feel homesick if your home no longer exists as you remember it?
Ah, como que la montura. Ah.
I never thought I'd feel this bad on such a bright day.
Oye, sí sé lo que... ¿Cómo que subí eso y no subí eso? A ver, que alguien me explique. ¿Qué? A ver, voy por esa misión antes que nada pase. ¿Qué hago, muchachos? Ah, sí. Pero yo no lo dije así. Soy un baby. ¿A dónde está el güey que...? Aquí está, es este, ¿no?
If you want my valuables, you'll find them in Meridian.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter,
Sí,
but the fever on her won't lift.
tiene COVID.
It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's... difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him.
Todavía.
He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
Passed away in the night. But just yesterday, he
I'll
seemed
keep them
well
room
enough.
from your brow.
Chin. Bueno, otro día con más calma te digo. La salvaje. ¿Por qué me dicen salvaje, perros?
Word is that Take a look at these wares. Weed out traders. So at least I'm safe.
Sí, bien pinches igualados me dicen salvaje. ¡Ay! No tengo esquirlas. A la madre mía. What the fuck?
Explanation. We trusted him.
No, no soy español.
The Sun Ring. Proud tradition of the cult.
It's not like this in Meridian. Everyone's
Give them time. I'm sure.
Míralo, sí, míralo. Ah, no más. Esa cosa está bien perrísima.
Every time I have a quiet
Ay, no. Quiero enfrentarme a uno de esos.
sunfall.
Qué feliz soy sin enfrentarme a uno de esos.
I've been working too damn.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the...
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
God's doing. The sun won't abide apostasy. Uthid, a traitor? This must be some horrible
Me
mistake.
desarman todito. Ya los mató a todos, mira. Ya está bien tranquilo. Efectivamente, esto es demasiado para mí.
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out
Eyes
here.
down, Outlander.
Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Carja are looking for one of their own. Should pay well.
Y los voy a seguir, no sé qué voy a hacer, pero ahí vengo.
By the glory of the sun revealed.
Se me hace que me van a aventar contra él.
Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King, the light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
Ahora.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
And in doing so, demonstrated wanton disregard for the safety
We both know
of
you're
the
no killer
king's
for hire.
subjects.
Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
Porque vas a ver ahorita, a ver.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
But the Kestrels.
Ah, they want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
Ahora me van a ver si no me ponen a reventarme.
This is insane.
Even less safe.
Hardly.
They're going to see me.
You
If
underestimate
you're gonna
the
watch
ease
some
of hiding in
slaughter,
plain sight.
this is the place to do it.
I don't like heights.
You worry me, boy. You worry me. Another manhunt. How many men and women can one tribe lose? Odin, leader of Odin's marvels. You've a fresh face. When you're less an eye or an ear or two, you'll fit right in. First impressions make the sale, except in this snake pit. They'll take whoever shows up.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Shouldn't you all be setting out to hunt Uthid?
Have you never done this before? Whoever goes first just leads the others. Just take a load off and avail yourself of some Carja booze until
Yo
someone
soy Buzz
sniffs
Lightyear.
out
No,
the
yo
trail.
soy Buzz Lightyear. No, yo soy Buzz Lightyear.
Then watch us seek out our prey, straight as a Ravager's shot. Zip!
Are you sure you're going to be able to walk in a straight line?
What are you getting at?
This isn't your first job for the Shadow Carja?
Scared of their own shadows, Carja, more like. They spit on me, but the shards are good. Look at those nobles. I say noble, but you can't dress a rat in silk and call it a rat king, can you? Sunfall is a house of clay. If you were to stamp your foot, it would all crumble.
Do you think Uthid did what they're accusing him of?
I hope so. It'll make him more dangerous. My advice, it's best not to overthink such things.
Overthink whether he's guilty or innocent?
You let all these thoughts in your head, you'll never make it as a mercenary. Only thing that matters is dead or alive. If they say alive, bring a rag to stuff in its mouth. But these days, no one wants alive.
Oh, Dios mío. Se me hace que van a hacer
Farewell,
pelear.
Odin.
¿Ya ves?
Good hunting. If I should have cause to kill you, you won't suffer.
Oh, thanks.
Ah, este no era el otro.
Not
no
every
habla.
day you get a chance to bag a war hero.
I have to go.
Fine by me. I've a barrel to empty.
Ay, la puti mierda, tengo que ir hasta allá abajo. ¿Y cómo diablos?
If you've got a problem with me, talk to Odin.
Sticking to
If
my
he can
armor.
stand his breath.
¿Cómo bajo? ¿Qué pasa? Que quiero bajar y no puedo bajar, tío. No sé cómo. ¡Coño!
Don't stride around like you own the place, Outlander. Sunfall is for true Karja.
Uy, si supiera cómo lo haría. Créanme. No, pues sí. Ah, mira. A la puti mierda. No tengo idea. La correcta, la incorrecta y la max power, mira.
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence.
No tengo idea.
I didn't ask you along for the ride.
No tengo idea, pero ni siquiera traigo material para hacer flechas.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the...
Momento, vamos a ponerle su casquito porque... ¡Ay! Pintura facial ninguna, procesamiento... Mostrar... Sí, así nos vamos a ir. ¿Qué no se puso? ¿Qué comiste, Leo? ¿O tienes hambre?
You will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized.
Mira, es igualita a la doctora.
Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Stovak here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
Ay, Amasita, estaba a presión.
Think by now
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Igual y lo que te hizo daño fueron las papas. Por la salsita. Porque no me gustó la voz de Aloy en español.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Aquí está Zero Dawn.
We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnosis.
Uy, pero ahorita no me puedo salir. Ahorita lo pongo pero si lo pongo en español cuando te esté hablando no me vas a entender. Porque se van a mezclar mis voces con las de ellos. ¿Estás seguro?
Detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
Mira, esta hablas en inglés.
What was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Casos extremos, what the fuck. Ya son las 4:12. ¿A qué horas quieres acabar el directo?
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Va. Me agrada. Oh. 2 esquirlas. 2. No puede ser, a ver. Ya con estas me voy a poder defender. Ya, si necesito más de estas va a ser la locura. Espero que no. Nada de bromas. No quiero escuchar más nerd. ¡Ja! Igual y si vas al baño, haces lo que te hizo daño y se te va a empezar a calmar. Bueno, yo digo, ¿va? Así le hago yo luego cuando me duele el estómago. Voy al baño, tiro todo lo que traigo mal, 1 o 2 veces y ya luego me relajo. Y si no es así, es una infección, entonces vas a tener que pedir medicamentos. O te arde el estómago porque comiste mucho chile, tal vez también. Eso también daña. Muchos irritantes en el estómago hacen que ¿cómo se llama? La flora intestinal se deteriore al menos un rato y luego tu estómago solito se empieza a lastimar. Entonces,
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Uy, bueno, voy.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
ZD-01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Mira, ahí va. Uy, la revelación.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program, and it will not save us.
What the
Nothing
fuck?
will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more.
La madre.
If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
What? O sea, no había, ya estábamos condenados, bien pinches condenados.
Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
¿Y qué tal vas? ¿Ves? Una o dos veces más y te vas a sentir mejor.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
A la madre, esto no está tan chiquita. Ay, muy muchacho. ¿Qué te puedo decir? Le preguntas a la persona que en este momento es la menos indicada. No porque no pueda hacerlo, sino porque ahorita... Órale, un zombie, ¿qué es eso?
I'm ready. Gotta be.
Let this deliver the...
Uy, ingrato, justo hoy.
Credit, you died. No more.
Ah, perro.
Let this pierce my foe. I'm done. Am I done?
Good. We're too close to the tribal crypt to stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
Espérame, voy a oír los audios. Ay, no sé cómo ayudarte, muchacho. La cuestión es que está muy lejos. Yo te ayudaría por esa parte de, pues es que está tan lejos que...
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this would be a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the since
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Es mejor no tenerla. No por grosería, sino porque pues no es tan necesaria. Hay mucha gente cerca como para clavarte con alguien que no puedes ni ver.
So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18
Sí
months
hay, nada más que
Sterling Malkeith was
lo
me.
difícil es que alguna te quiera.
Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Pues así pasa. Luego no crees que le gustas a nadie, le gustas a mucha gente. A mí me pasaba en la prepa.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole.
Is he here? No, Doctor. Please. Tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
Ahora se puso bien loco.
Please. You get Ted Pharaoh in here.
Pues no olvídate de tu amiga, pero sí como alguien que está lejos y que pues siempre va a estar lejos. Probablemente siempre sea tu amiga, pero nada más. Está excesivamente lejos para buscarle otra cosa.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Ah, pues esa es la cuestión con la gente que es bonita. Todo el mundo se enamora de ellas, pero la verdad es que pocos tienen la dicha de hacerles caso. Y muchas veces solo son bonitas por fuera. Ese es un inconveniente horrible. Pues sí, mejor. Fink está lejos.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Pinche Zero Dawn. Sus números bien raros.
No space.
Uy, ¿cómo que no traigo espacio?
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose.
Leo.
Now,
Pero
these
sí hay que
aren't
aceptarlo,
AIs,
así
but
es la
make
vida.
no mistake.
Aparte
Each
tal vez puedes
presents an
crecer y
engineering
a
challenge
ti ya no te
more
gusta el Free Fire.
profound than anything
Así
the
es la vida
human
de extraña.
species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself.
Órale.
Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Mira. Pues así se pasan las amistades, así se pasan las mujeres, y pasa la vida. Cambia uno de intereses y cambia la vida.
But then, remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life, for us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Ay, amasita. Así pasa, Leo. Lo importante es que hay personas que tú quieres conservar y ellas se quieren quedar. Y debes de seguir manteniendo el lazo. Y la evolución y crecer juntos. Así es, así debe ser la vida. Y no debes de presionar a nadie. Debes de darle su espacio. Todo es un ciclo. Aún eres joven para entender todas las cosas. Y de todas maneras, aunque ahorita las buscaras, no las vas a entender. Entonces, más bien, por el momento, hasta la idea de que esa chica está muy lejos de tu alcance. Aunque te guste mucho y aunque tú le gustaras mucho.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that well, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this.
No, es que hay cosas que tienes que vivir y hay cosas, tu cerebro tiene que ir madurando y tienes que ir creciendo conforme la vida te va a ir pasando. No es que seas tonto ni que tu juventud, bueno, tu juventud sí juega en contra y tu inexperiencia con la vida, entonces debes de vivir. La cosa es que debes de vivir. Tú debes de vivir y seguir viviendo y tener tus experiencias y nunca siempre estar en el lugar en el que estás, ni atrás ni adelante. No vivir de los recuerdos ni estar pensando solo en el futuro. Tienes que estar en el momento pensando lo que estás viviendo. A eso me refiero. Entonces, que tu amiga te guste está bien, pero está lejos. O sea, ahorita tienes que pensar en lo que podría ser. Vivir solo sin novia, efectivamente. Y cuando lleguen las novias, quizá también te aburras o te estresen o quieras estar un tiempo solo. Así es la vida, Leo, no necesitas volverte loco ni estresado. Es todo cíclico y tienes que, exactamente, como, no sé, como en el pinche Fortnite, no puedes empezar yéndote a la FNC si no sabes ni siquiera construir una pared. O sea, todo es así en la vida, todo es así, todo es así. Entonces, que tú quieras a fuerza tener una novia, está bien, pero cuando la tengas te vas a aburrir o no vas a saber qué hacer porque tenías la idea de tener una novia, pero luego, entonces, debes de vivir y vivir y vivir y vivir. Así que no presiones al tiempo porque el tiempo te va a alcanzar y luego vas a ser un señor viejo como yo, sintiéndote de 17 aún y teniendo las expectativas de esa edad. Y siguiendo, lo importante es que siempre, nunca dejes de crecer. Siempre sigas pensando en hacer más cosas o aprendiendo más cosas. Esto es lo más importante. El día que dejes de tener esa hambre como ahorita que son las novias, ese día sí vas a valer. Entonces, tal vez ahorita quieres una novia, pero un día vas a querer un auto y un día vas a querer viajar a no sé dónde, o un día vas a querer un libro, y así va a ser, siempre vas a tener la ambición de hacer algo o tener algo. Capaz que un día quieres ser el más fuerte del gimnasio. Entonces, pues así es la vida, Leo. Insisto, no te estreses ni te presiones. Solo fluye con la marea. Fluye con ella, no la detengas ni nades en contra. Salvo que la marea sea idiota. Si la marea es idiota, no nades con ella. Sí tienes que remar contra la corriente para ser mejor y llegar a un mejor lugar. Y un mejor lugar para ti, para que todo fluya mejor para todos los demás también. La cosa es que debes de relajarte un montón y debes de vivir. Y eso te lo estoy diciendo a ti, pero me lo estoy diciendo a mí también porque yo estoy más en esa interrogante de qué va a ser de mi vida ahora que ya no tengo mi plan. Así que dejemos ese tema porque si no me voy a poner a seguir a hablar y hablar y hablar y quiero seguir avanzando en el juego y ya casi son las 5.
Can't be too prepared.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Tú relájate. Vive, pero no vivas como un verdadero loquillo. Vive tranquilo, disfruta la vida. Y ya luego lo que tenga que hacer será.
To destroy the unfaithful!
No me quería, ya estaba el plan hecho. Ay, no veo nada. Ay, pinche juego, no seas cabrón.
Face the sky!
Ah, perro. Sí, exactamente. F.
In Edelman's name!
Gonna need this.
Oh, son, drive into my soul!
Ahora, ¿qué hice?
Got
Ellos
too much already.
empezaron. Yo solo me defendí.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Mira, o sea que todos son como clones.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment,
¿A quién
Mr.
aprovecha, Leo?
Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Sí, Leo. Este ya lo oí.
Zero Dawn. It is art in a way.
Es como en todo el planeta, ¿no? Hay gente que está así, gente que no está así. Está todo repartido. Como decir que todos los mexicanos somos
My family will be saved because
somos
I happen to graduate in art
mariachis, pues
history.
no.
Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now? And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the to oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Mira, la van a clonar al artista o algo así.
Here we go.
Pero no todos somos mariachis.
Need to find the right configuration. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Abajo, derecha, arriba. Es un loquillo, bro. Arriba, izquierda. ¿Y ahora qué no va a abrir?
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install...
Ni pedo, la vida sigue. Y deja tú, y luego hay COVID. Ya que asimilaste esas, y luego hay COVID. No conforme con eso, hay COVID. Ah, pues no, pero puedes contagiarte. Nomás estando tan lejos. No sabes si está bien o está mal. Entonces, ni te sulfures, Shabut.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that well, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the
¿Ya te quieres ir a dormir, Leo?
That's the better than rapid innovation.
Pues ya vete a dormir, Leo.
Better at competing,
Ya acabo el
better than the
directo
next
si
guy,
quieres.
a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard,
no me
twice
toques
as
ese
hard to earn
tema.
this, for my family to have a place in Elysium.
Pues pasaba el tiempo, la abrazaba, platicábamos, estábamos juntos, veíamos alguna cosa en la tele, todo lo que hace una pareja normal. Me enojaba, se enojaba, dialogábamos, nos contábamos lo que había pasado en nuestro día, comíamos juntos.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Todas esas cosas, Leo. ¿Qué hacía en Fortnite? Pues distraerme por la pandemia. Ya no podía hacer nada más que estar encerrado. No puedo hacer nada más que estar encerrado. Porque eso estoy aquí a las 5 de la mañana ahorita jugando. Bueno, por eso y porque no puedo dormir. Porque, como diría el meme, porque ella me dijo...
Found one. Looks intact.
Uy, Leo, para que eso pase. No puedo asegurarte que vaya a pasar. De hecho, yo nunca he considerado que eso exista, ¿no? Más bien considero que tienes que vivir con eso sin superarlo, en realidad, porque te acuerdas y sufres. Todo el tiempo sigue doliendo.
Now let's get that door open.
Salvo que no te importe, ¿no? Si no te importa, pues nada. Y quién sabe, ahí tengo la esperanza de que quizá en algún momento le dé por regresar. Abajo, derecha. Abajo, derecha. Arriba, izquierda. Arriba, izquierda y abajo. Probablemente sí. Abajo, derecha, arriba, izquierda. ¿Qué? Pues así. Yo lo sé, tú no. A ver, volvemos al tema de por qué tienes que vivir la vida. Yo lo sé, por eso tienes que ir creciendo. No está a prueba ni está... ¿Qué tal? Pues ¿qué tal si vuelve a pasar? Pues volverá a pasar. Volverá a pasar y volveré a aventarme mucho tiempo sufriendo, pero...
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
¿Quién va a sufrir? Pues si me toca sufrir a mí, volvería a sufrir yo. Arriba, derecha, abajo, izquierda, arriba. A ver, los pongo al revés. No, pues es que en realidad no se trata de sufrir, pero sí prefiero sufrir a que no pasen las cosas. No, es que esa es la cuestión. Todo en la vida tiene un precio. Todo en la vida tiene un precio, pero nos han enseñado que no es así. No sé cómo resolver este puzzle, me estás distrayendo. O sea, tú crees que todo es felicidad y que todo tiene que... No, ahí está la otra cuestión. ¿Ves por qué tienes que crecer? Si todo en la vida fuera felicidad... O si todo en la vida fuera como nosotros queremos, pues la vida sería bien chévere, ¿no? Pero no, a veces hay que... Oh, que la jodidez. Es que está al revés. Abajo. A ver, primero este va abajo. Abajo, izquierda, arriba, abajo, izquierda, arriba, derecha y abajo. Ahí está. A ver. Abajo, izquierda,
That did it. Door should have power.
No sé qué hice, pero
Now
lo
to
hice.
see what lies beyond it.
No, Leo, algún día lo entenderás tal vez. O tal vez no.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Es que no lo vas a entender. No lo vas a entender porque es lo mismo que ahorita. Tú solo quieres salir con una chica bonita. No lo vas a entender. No lo vas a entender porque eres joven en este momento de tu vida. Cuando uno es joven cree tener todas las respuestas, pero la verdad es que no estamos ni cerca de las respuestas cuando somos jóvenes. Tengo que, no hay de otra.
Well, here I am.
¡Ay, qué perro! Me caga que no veo nada. Porque aunque hay cosas que no entiendes. Que no está mal no entender cosas.
The sun can't save you now.
A la mierda, son un montón. ¿Por qué te pones triste? Pues es que no está mal que quieras las respuestas, pero no todo el tiempo las vas a tener. Y en este momento de tu vida, pues así es. Ahora no grites. Bueno, entonces ya acabó el directo. Descansa, Leo. Que la fuerza te acompañe. Ya no pienses en eso. Acuérdate que eres un niño. Disfruta tu vida como niño. No tengas complicaciones de adulto. Cuando tengas que pagar cuentas vas a decir, chale, yo me andaba preocupando por una novia.
Something there. She's gone!
¿Ves cómo eres muy joven? Poderla abrazar y todo eso.
Can't have gotten far. Look around.
¿Qué es todo eso?
Concentrate on your target. Get up.
Pues, ya ves. Tienes una idea de algo que ni siquiera sabes qué onda. ¿Para qué quieres una novia? Imagínate que tienes una novia.
Where did they go? Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational.
Couldn't hit them.
Stairwells have collapsed.
No es nomás tenerla. No es así como que me compré un muñequito de plástico y voy a tenerla ahí cuando yo quiera jugar con él. En vez de estar hablando conmigo, vas a tener que estar hablando con ella.
That's the last of them.
H1 structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
What's that?
O sea, sí. Descansa, Leo. Igual. Bendiciones igual para ti. Perdón por no responder bien, pero acabando esta batalla ya.
Clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Descansa, Leo, descansa.
Structural failure prevents access.
Pues no sé si vaya a acabar aquí, según yo ya acabó. Pero no sé cómo llegar allá.
Probably going to need it.
Uy, ¿cómo llego allá? Ah, no más. What the fuck, ¿y ahora?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and...
Hay un vidrio. Ya ¿acabo el directo o vas a seguir ahí, Leo? Señor Leo. Don Leo. Uy, Leo, no sé.
robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer.
Ahí me dices cuál es ahorita que
Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose.
I'll find a use for you.
Fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So,
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. More eclipse.
Careful now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion. albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Órale. Descansa, Leo. Suerte. Le cierro la transmisión. Fue un honor.